We start off with the third tutorial of Selenium interview questions. Question number 41. What is an explicit wait in Selenium? An explicit wait is a type of wait that is applied to a particular web element until the expected condition specified is met. WebDriver wait equal to new WebDriver wait driver 10. Web element equal to wait dot until expected conditions dot element to be clickable by ID element ID. It is advisable to use explicit waits over implicit waits because a higher timeout value of implicit wait set for handling only some of the slow elements gets applied to all the web elements, thus increasing the overall execution time of the script. On the other hand, we can apply different timeouts to the different elements in case of explicit waits. What are some expected conditions in explicit waits? Some of the most commonly used expected conditions of an element in explicit waits are element to be clickable, web element or bilocator, staleness of web element, visibility of web element, visibility of element located by a locator, invisibility of element located by locator, attribute contains web element, string attribute string value, alert is present, title contains string title is string title, text to be present in element located by string. What is a fluent wait? A fluent wait is a type of wait in which we can also specify the polling intervals, the time intervals after which the driver will try to find the elements when not located, along with the maximum timeout value. Wait new equal to new fluent wait driver dot with timeout 20 seconds, polling every 5 seconds, ignoring no such element exception dot class web element text box equal to wait until new function webdriver dot web element, public web element apply webdriver driver, return driver dot find element by id text box id. What are the different keyboard operations that can be performed in Selenium? The different keyboard operations that can be performed in Selenium are .send keys, sequence of characters used for passing character sequence to an input or text box element. .press key, non-text keys used for keys like control, function keys, etc. that are non-text. Press key. .release key, non-text keys used in conjunction with the key press event to simulate releasing a key from the keyboard event. What are the different mouse actions that can be performed using Selenium? The different mouse events supported in Selenium are click, web element, double click, web element, context click, web element, mouse down, web element, mouse up, web element, mouse move, web element, mouse move, web element, long x offset, long y offset. Or write the code to double click an element. Code to double click an element. Actions, action equal new actions driver, web element equal to driver dot find element by id element id, action dot double click element dot perform. Write the code to right click an element. Code to right click an element in Selenium. Actions, action equal to new actions driver, web element equal to driver dot find element by id element id, action dot context click element dot perform. How to mouse hover an element in Selenium. Code to mouse hover an element. Actions equal to new actions driver, web element equal to dot driver dot find element by id element id, action dot move to element dot perform. Move to fetch. How to fetch the current page URL in Selenium. In order to fetch the current page URL, we can use the get current URL command, driver.get current URL. How can we fetch the title of the page in Selenium? Using driver.get title command, we can fetch the page title in Selenium. This method returns a string containing the title of the web page. How can we fetch the page source in Selenium? Using the driver.getPageSource command, We can fetch the page source in Selenium. This method returns a string containing the page source. How to verify tooltip text using Selenium? Tooltips web elements have an attribute of the type title. By fetching the value of the title attribute, we can verify the tooltip text in Selenium. String tooltip text equal to element dot get attribute title. How to locate a link using its text in Selenium? Using link text and partial link text methods, we can locate a link. The difference between the two is link text matches the complete string passed as a parameter to the link text, whereas partial link text only matches the string parameter partially. Web element link 1 equal to driver find element by link text art of testing. Web element link 2 driver find the element by partial link text art of. What are the desired capabilities in Selenium WebDriver? Desired capabilities are a set of key value pairs that are used for storing or configuring browser specific properties. For example, the browser's version, platform, etc. in the browser instances. How can we find all the links on a web page? I would go through 54th question again. What are the desired capabilities in Selenium WebDriver? Desired capabilities are a set of key value pairs that are used for storing or configuring browser specific properties. For example, the browser's version, platform, etc. in the browser instances. How can we find all the links on a web page? All the links or of anchor tag A. So by locating elements of tag name A, we can find all the links on a web page. List web element links equal to driver dot find elements by tag name A. What are some commonly encountered exceptions in Selenium? Some of the commonly seen exceptions in Selenium are no such element exception when no element can be located by the locator provided, element not visible exception when an element is present in the DOM but is not visible, no alert present exception when we try to switch to an alert box but the targeted alert is not present, no such frame exception when we try to switch to a frame but the targeted frame is not present, no such window exception when we try to switch to a window but the targeted window is not present, unexpected alert present exception when an unexpected alert blocks the normal interaction of the driver, timeout exception when a command exception gets a timeout, invalid element state exception when the state of an element is not appropriate for the desired action, no such attribute exception when we are trying to fetch an attribute's value but the attribute is not correct, WebDriver exception when there is some issue with the driver instance preventing it from getting launched. How can we capture screenshots using Selenium? In order to take screenshots in Selenium, we can use the get screenshot as method or the take screenshot interface. Files scr file equal to take screenshot driver dot get screenshot as output type dot file utils dot copy file source file new file d test screenshot dot jpeg. How to handle drop downs in Selenium using select clause. Select countries drop down equal new select driver dot find element by id countries drop down dot select by visible text India, or using index of the option starting from 0 drop down dot select by index 1, or using its value attribute drop down dot select by value ind. How to check which option in the dropdown is selected? Using isSelected method, we can check the state of a dropdown's option. Select countries dropdown. You'll new select driver dot find element by ID countries. Dropdown dot select by visible text India returns true or false value. System dot print dot out dot println and driver dot find element by ID India is selected. How can we check if an element is getting displayed on a web page? Using the isDisplayed method, we can check if an element is getting displayed on a web page. Driver.findElement by locator.isDisplayed.